So the lungs are one of the respiratory organs. So these are located in the thoracic region. It is completely covered by the rib cage. The lungs are one of the respiratory organs. These are located in thoracic region. Thoracic region completely covered by, the lungs are completely covered by rib cage. Rib cage. So these lungs are spongy in nature, nothing but elastic in nature and pinkish color. Elastic in nature and pink in color. Elastic in nature and pink in color. So lungs are majorly useful for the exchanging of the gases. Yes or no? These are useful for the exchanging of the gases. So we are discussing about the structure of the lung. The lungs, first let's draw the diagram. The lungs, it splits into formation of two branches, that is known as a bronchi. This is known as a trachea, bronchi. So this bronchi is able to formation of two lungs. These are spongy in nature. Which in nature? Spongy in nature. So this one is a right lung. This one is a left lung. Right and left lung. The right lung can be split into how many regions are there? These are consistent of 3 lobes. The right lung consistent of 3 lobes and left lung containing 2 lobes. Yes, the lungs are completely covered by the outermost protective membrane. Lungs are completely covered by the outermost protective membrane. The membrane is called as a pleura membrane. That is called as a pleura membrane. The outermost covering membrane is known as a pleura membrane. So the pleura membrane, it is containing 2 layers. How many layers are there? 2 layers. First one is parietal layer and second one is visceral. Parietal and visceral layer. The visceral layer is a innermost layer. Very, very important. Visceral layer is a innermost layer. Parietal layer is a outermost layer. Parietal is a innermost layer. What is a visceral? Visceral is innermost layer. Parietal is a outermost layer. So in between of 2 layers have a one of the fluid. In between of 2 layers have a fluid. That fluid is known as a pleura fluid. Pleura fluid. In between of, what is that? In between of 2 layers have a fluid. That fluid is known as a pleura fluid. So the visceral layer and that is known as a containing one of the fluid. The fluid is known as a pleura fluid. Are you clear? Yes. The pleura fluid is useful for prevents of, what is the importance of pleural fluid? It is useful for prevents of mechanical shocks and useful for elastin in nature of the lungs. Elastin nature of the lungs means these are providing elastic nature. Which one? Pleura fluid and completely prevents of mechanical shocks. Yes. So this is the information. Next one, the structure of the lung. The right lung containing 3 lobes are there. How many lobes are there? 3 lobes are there. 3 lobes are there. First one is upper lobe. Middle one is median lobe. Last one is lower lobe. So these are commonly called as a superior lobe, middle lobe. Third one is inferior lobe. Superior, middle and inferior lobe. Okay, clear? Yes. So these lungs are consistent of 3 lobes and 2 fissures. How many fissures are there? 2 fissures. The right lung is containing 3 lobes and 2 fissures. Right lung containing how many? 3 lobes, 2 fissures. 2 fissures. 2 fissures are there. First one is transverse fissure and one of the oblique fissure. First one is transverse fissure, second one is oblique fissure. First one is transverse fissure. Transverse fissure. Second one is oblique fissure. So this oblique and transverse fissure, it is dividing of right lung into 3 lobes. Next one, the left lung is divided into 2 lobes by the only one lobe. That one lobe is known as a oblique lobe. The only one lobe is there. Only one fissure is there. The one fissure is known as a oblique fissure. The oblique fissure can be divided into 2 lobes of the left lung. First one is superior lobe. Second one is inferior lobe. Superior and inferior lobe. Are you clear? So the lung is consistent of this one pair of the lung. First one, the right lung containing 3 lobes, left lung containing 2 lobes. These lungs can be done by 2 fissures, that is known as the transverse fissures and oblique fissures. The left one is containing only one oblique fissure. It is containing 2 lobes. So next one, the right and left lungs. And okay, so the left lung containing one of the depression. The left lung have one of the depression. The depression is known as a cardiac notch. The depression is known as a cardiac notch. What is the cardiac notch? In the left region of the lung have one of the depression. The depression is known as a cardiac notch. It is useful for in this region completely occupied by the cardia, heart. Heart is completely occupied. First one, right and left lungs. What is the right and left lungs? The right lung is large in size. It is a small in size. Note down. Large in size, and the left one is small in size. The weight of 650 grams. The left lung is how many? 650 grams. The left lung is 520 grams. 520 grams. The right lung have 3 lobes. These are containing 2 lobes, 2 fissures, 1 fissure, 2 fissure and 1 fissure. These are there is absence of cardiac notch. These are presence of cardiac notch. Are you clear? Yes, this is structure of the lung. Okay, next we are move forward. What is that? Next one, the structural unit of the lung is known as the alveoli. Next we are discussing about what is the structure of the alveoli. What is the functions of the alveoli? The alveoli are made up of this different type of epithelial membranes. Next one is alveoli. We know that what is the alveoli? Alveoli is nothing but is one of the fundamental unit of the lung, a respiratory system. Unit of the respiratory system are nothing but lung. It is one of the structural and functional unit. Functional unit of lung. Structural and functional unit of the lung. So these are useful for the exchanging of the gases. So these are useful for very important, useful for exchanging of the gases. It is a look like a sac-like structure, one of the bag-like structure, nothing but sac-like structure. Alveoli are look like a sac-like structure. Sac-like a structure. How many alveoli are there in complete 2 lungs? Approximately 750 millions of alveoli are 750 millions of alveoli are present. Alveoli are present in of lungs. Okay, the structure of the alveoli. So this is known as the alveoli, is one of the sac-like structure. Around the alveoli containing one of the vascular space is present. Okay, so there is a number of the blood cells and nerve fibers are present. So this alveoli, these are known as the blood cells. These are known as alveoli, blood capillaries. Blood capillaries. In between of alveoli, blood capillaries have a space that is known as a visceral space. Visceral space. Space is known as visceral. What is the visceral space? The gap in between of what is the gap in between of what is alveoli and blood capillaries? That space is known as a visceral space. These are useful for transporting of the gases from alveoli to blood, blood to alveoli region. So this is known as a alveoli. Are you clear? Yes. Next one, the types of alveoli. Types of alveoli. According to their epithelial membrane, the alveoli can be classified into two types. Very, very important in NEET level examination. The according type 1. This type of alveoli are made up of squamous. What is that? Simple squamous epithelial membrane. This type of epithelium is made up of simple squamous epithelial membrane. Just one second. Simple squamous epithelial membrane. So this simple squamous epithelial membrane useful for exchanging of the gases. What is that? Simple squamous epithelial membrane. This type 1 epithelial membrane is made up of simple squamous epithelial membrane useful for exchanging of the gases. First one. Second one is type 2 epithelium. Type 2 alveoli. This type of epithelium is made up of simple cuboidal epithelial membrane. Simple cuboidal epithelial membrane. So in the simple cuboidal epithelial membrane, it secretes one of the chemical substance. Very, very important. The simple cuboidal epithelium secretes one of the chemical substance. That chemical substance is known as a surfactant factor. Surfactant. Note down. Surfactant. So the surfactant useful for controlling of pressure in between of blood vessel to alveoli region. So these are useful for controlling of pressure of gases, controlling pH of gases, controlling pH of nothing but pressure of oxygen, pressure of carbon dioxide. If it is lacking of surfactant factor in alveoli region, so that is will going to collapse. So these are two types of alveoli are there. Alveoli are nothing but is one of the sac-like structure. It is useful for exchanging of the gases. It is one of the sac-like structure. Exchanging of the gases. Alveoli, structural function unit of the lung. How many alveoli are there? 750 millions of the alveoli are there in two lungs. So types of lung, alveoli are two types, type 1, type 2. Type 1 is made up of simple squamous epithelial membrane. It is only useful for the diffusion, nothing but exchanging of the gases from the lung to blood vessel, lung to blood, lung to yes. Simple second type 2 is simple cuboidal epithelial membrane. These are useful for these are made up of simple cuboidal epithelial membrane. These are secreting some of the chemical substances known as a surfactant factor. These are majorly useful for controlling of pH, high and low pH in between of blood and alveolar region. So this is the information about the alveoli. Next we are discussing about what is the measuring of gases, nothing but the mechanism of respiration and capacity of respiratory system and respiratory volumes. Respiration. We know that what is the respiration? Exchanging of the gases from the lung to environment. Environment to lung is known as a respiration. So the mechanism of respiration, inhalation and exhalation both are known as a respiration. We know that. So there is a mechanism of respiration. First one is inspiration. Inspiration nothing but inhalation. Inhalation nothing but intake the gases from the environment to lungs. Intake the gases from the environment to lungs, that is known as inspiration. What is that? What is the changes are there in inspiration? First, during inspiration, first you can inhale the gases into our lungs when the lungs will be expand. Before expand the lungs, the rib cage also will be expand. Yes, the rib cage containing one special muscle, that muscle also will be useful for expandation of rib cage. First one, so this one is rib cage. During inspiration, anterior posterior axis also will be expand. Anterior posterior axis also will be expand. Anterior and posterior axis will be expand, as well as dorsal ventral axis, dorsal and ventral region also will be expand. These are expand based on nothing but these total mechanical activities. Nothing but the mechanical respiration activities are controlled by medulla oblongata. Medulla oblongata. This medulla oblongata is completely controlling of respiratory system of the human beings. First one, if you take the gases in our lungs, the anterior and posterior region also will be expand. When it is expand, nothing but the below of the lungs have one of the organ that is known as a diaphragm. The diaphragm, it is look like a dome shaped structure. When after expiration, so if you take the gases into our lungs, the diaphragm will be converts into flat. First action is the diaphragm will be converts into flat in structure, and as well as the lungs will be expand. Before the lungs expand, what is the rib cage have one of the different type of muscle that is known as a spindric muscle. The spindric muscle also will be expand. So that is known as a inspiration. Inspiration is majorly controlled by the medulla oblongata. If you take the gases into our lungs, when we take the gases, the lungs will be expand. Before the expandation of the lungs, the ribs and the diaphragm also will be they're shown a proper expandation. So that is known as a inspiration. Next one, expiration. What is that? Expiration. What is the expiration? What is that? Expulsion of the gases from the lungs to environment. That process is known as expiration or exhalation. When after the exhalation, the flat shaped diaphragm will be converts into dome shape like structure. So there is no gas. These are converts into their proper structure. These are shown a proper structure. The expulsion of the gases are convert outside of the body. So the diaphragm converts into flat to dome like structure, and as well as the spindric muscles all will be relaxed. Spindric muscle also relax. Next one, the anterior posterior muscles also will be relaxed. So that is known as a mechanism of respiration. So these are shown a dome shaped structure after the expulsion. So the diaphragm will be moves into their same position. So in this inspiration, these are converts into flattened like structure. These are have a spindric muscle and extra intercostal muscle. And which one? Extra intercostal muscle. Extra intercostal muscle and intra-intercostal muscle. Intercostal muscle. Extra intercostal muscle and intra-intercostal muscles are useful for inspiration and expiration of the lungs. Inspiration and expiration of the lungs. And next one, this inspiration is one of the passive process. One of the passive process. What is the meaning? It is one of the active process. It is utilization of the energy. Nothing but it is expenditure of the energy in this process. Expenditure of energy. In which process? Inspiration. There is no expenditure of the energy. Are you clear? First one, if you take the inspiration, the total thoracic volume also will be increased. The increasing of thoracic volume, it depends on majorly this different type of muscles and central nervous system of the medulla oblongata. First one, if you take the gases on inhalation, the thoracic volume will be increased. Before the increasing of thoracic volume, the intercostal muscle, extra intercostal and intra-intercostal muscles are also increased, and spindric muscle increase, and diaphragm will flat to the dome to converts into flattened structure. Nothing but the total lung capacity, lung is completely filled with gases. So that is known as an active process. After the expiration, expulsion of the gases from the lungs to environment, there is no gas. There is no gas means some amount of the residual volume of the gas is there in our lung. So that is expulsion. In this expulsion, the organs are moved to their same position. That is known as a expiration.